Hello my dear students, welcome again to my class. On our last class we have started chapter number 7. The name of the chapter was linear equations. So today and completed up to exercise 7b question number 7. So today we will continue from question number 8. So question number 8, you see, take out your book so that you can see the question. So question number 8 is the denominator of a fraction is 3 more than the numerator. If 5 is added to both the parts, the resulting fraction is equivalent to 4 by 5. So you have to find the fraction. So to solve this one, you will write, let the numerator be x, let the numerator be x, you will let numerator as x. So then the denominator will be, given denominator of the fraction is 3 more than the numerator, 3 more than the numerator, that means numerator plus 3, x plus 3. So according to question, you see it is given that if I add 5 to the numerator and denominator also, then the fraction will be equivalent to 4 by 5. So I can write x is the numerator, if I plus 5, x plus 5, and with denominator also if I plus 5, then this fraction will be equivalent to 4 by 5. It will be equivalent to 4 by 5. Okay. So now I will solve this one. There it will be x plus 5 and there it will be x plus 8 equals to 4 by 5. Now I will cross multiply with this one. I will multiply this one, so I can write it as 5 into x plus 5 equals to 4 into x plus 8. I cross multiply. I multiplied this one with 5 and this now term with 4. Now I will solve this one to find the value. So 5 into x, it will be 5x plus 5, sorry, 5 5s are 25, 5x plus 25 equals to 4 into x, it will be 4x, and 4 8s are 32, sign will be plus. Okay, now I will take this variable part in one side, 5x, and there it is 4x, it will be minus since I have transposed. So it was plus 4x, so if I change the side it will be minus 4x, and that side it is given 32 with plus sign, so no need to give, and it is plus 25, it is plus 25. If I change the side it will be minus 25. So 5x minus 4x is x, and 32 minus 25, it is 7. 32 minus 25 is 7. Okay, so now we can write the fraction as, therefore the required fraction equals to, in numerator it was x and there it was x plus 3. So value of x we know it is 7, and then there 7 plus 3 it is 10. So the fraction is 7 by 10. Okay, now next question. Question number 9, the difference between two positive integers is 50. The difference between two positive integers is 50 and the ratio of this integer is 1:3. So find this integer. So you have to find the integers. So first of all we will let one integer as x and another one is difference is 50, that means other will be x plus 50. Let the integer be you write let one integer, first one you write as 1 integer be x, and okay, not the other one is given as, okay, it is 50 more, that means x plus 50. Then other integer is equals to x plus 50. Why I wrote x plus 50? Because in question it is says that the difference of these two terms is 50. That means from first one if I subtract second one I will get 50. Okay, let it first one as x1 if I write and second one as x2 and the difference is 50. That means first one I can write as 50 plus x2. So same I wrote, first one it is x, then next one will be x plus 50. So according to question it is given, you see the ratio of the integer is 1:3. So first one is x is to x plus 50 equals to 1:3. 1:3. I can write it as x by x plus 50 equals to 1/3. Now I can cross multiply 3 into x, it will be 3x, and that side it will be 1 into x plus 50. That means 1 into x is x and 1 into 50 it will be 50. Okay, now I can write as 3x minus x equals to 50. This is plus x. If I change the side it will be minus x. So 3x minus x is 2x, which is equals to 50. That means x equals to 50 by 22. If I cancel I will get answer 25. That means the value of x is 25. Therefore you write the integers are one is 25 and other next one will be x plus 50. That means 25 plus 50 it is 75. So this is the answer. One is 25 and other one is 75. Okay, now question number 10. The sum of the digits of a 2-digit number is 7. So if I add the sum of the digits of a 2-digit number I will get 7. The number obtained by interchanging the digits exceeds the original number by 27. Find the numbers. So here you see it is said that the sum of the digits. Digit means, for example, if I write 58, then this is one digit, another one is this one. This one is in tens place, this one is in unit place, and it is said that if I plus these two, I will get the sum of the digits is given 7. So if I plus, I will get the sum of the digit as 7. And if I interchange the digit, interchange means if I 58, if I interchanging, I can write it as 85, 58, 85. So like this is said that the sum is one time by this the sum of the digit is 7, and another time the number obtained by interchanging the digit exceeds the original by 27. Exceeds the original by 27. That means the new number that will be formed after interchanging, and if I subtract the old number from the new one, I will get 27. So let's do this one. Okay, for making it little easy, I will make, okay, first of all let me write, let the unit digit be x, let the unit digit be x, then tens digit will be 7 minus x. There it is says that sum of the digits is 7. So then tens digit equals to x plus 7. Sorry, it is, since the sum is 7, that means it will be 7 minus x. 7 minus x. So let me make one box so that you can understand it easily. Here I will write tens digit. There I will write unit digit, and there it will be the number. So here 10 digit is x, unit digit is 7 minus, sorry, here Here tens digit is 7 minus x and unit digit is x. So one thing you listen, whenever we write 58, so if I break this one, I can write as 50 plus 8. Again if I break 50, I can write it as 10 into 5 plus 8. 10 into 5 plus 8. So in tens place, always 10 is multiplied with the digit. So here also we will multiply with 10. We can multiply 10. 10 will be 7 minus x. 10 into 7 minus x. 7 minus x is the tens. It is the digit in tens place, and unit digit is given as x. So number will be 10 into 7 minus x plus 10 into 7 minus x plus x. And if I interchange the digit, that means I will write it here first, and this will be the unit digit. So in this case it will be 10x plus 7 minus x. 10x plus 7 minus x. This is the tens digit. So 10 into x, and this is the unit digit. So I will plus this one like this one. Okay. And now you can write it easily. Therefore number formed by this digit you write. Therefore number formed by these digits, I can write it as, what is the number? It is 10 into, this is the tens place digit, the 10th place, this is the 10th digit. So I will write it as 10 into 7 minus x, and I will plus unit digit. Okay. So now 10 7s are 70 minus 10x plus x. So if I write the number, one number will be minus plus, it is minus, so it will be 9x. 70 minus 9x. So and number formed by, if I interchange the digit, I will get this number. So we will write and, okay, therefore number formed by interchanging the digits. Number formed by interchanging the digit will be equals to 10 into x minus, 10 into x plus 7 minus x. 10 into x. So here after interchanging this one, this digit come first. So 10 into x, and this is the unit. So I will plus this one. I wrote it here also. So if I solve this one, it will be 10x, 10x plus 7, and there will be minus x. 10 minus x, 10x minus 1x, it will be 9x plus 7. So one number is this one, one digit is this one, another one is, one number is this one, another one is this one. Okay, now the question, it is says that if I subtract the new number from the old one, I will get value 27. So you write according to question. According to question, it is says that okay, right, new number minus given number will be equals to 27. It will exceed by 27. So new number is 9x plus 7. So I will write it here, 9x plus 7. I will give the bracket, then again minus sign, and this is the given number. It was 70 minus 9x, which is equals to 27. Now I will solve to find the value of x. Implies, so it will be 9x plus 7. If I minus plus, it will be minus 70, minus minus, it is plus 9x equals to 27. Plus 9x, it will be 18x, and plus minus, it is minus 70 minus 7, it will be minus 63. 70 is greater, so I will put minus sign, which is equals to 27. (18x) equals to 27 plus 63. 27 plus 63 plus 18x will be equals to 7 plus 3, it is 10, 0, 1, 90. So we know 18 5s are 90, so I can cancel it with 5. That means the value of x is 5. implies x equals to 5. Now the question is to find the number. So this was the given number 70 minus 9x. So I will put here the value of x and I will find the number. So you write therefore the number is 70 minus 9x. So value of x is 9 into 5, it is 45. So 70 minus 45, it will be 25. That means the number is 25. You can check in question, it is given that the sum of the digit is 7. So 5 plus 2, it is 7. A number formed by interchanging, it is 25. After interchanging, it will form 52. If you subtract 52 from 25, you will get the value 27. You can check also. Now question number 11. Sushma is now 15 years older than Bijay, but in 3 more years, she will be 18 times as old as Bijay was 3 years ago. So how old are they now? So you have to find their present age. So first of all, you will let the Bijay's present age as x, and Sushma, it is given that Sushma is now 15 years older than Bijay. That means the present age of x, if I let it as x, then Sushma's age will be x plus 15. Okay. Now I will do, you see. Let the present age, let Bijay's, I think, yes, Bijay's present age be x. Let Bijay's present age be x, then Sushma's age will be Sushma's present age is equals to, it will be 15 years more than Bijay. Bijay age is x plus 15. X plus 15. So this is the present age of Sushma. Okay. Now it is given that the but in 3 more year, she will be 8 times as old as Bijay was 3 years ago. So in case of Bijay, we will find what was his age 3 years ago. That means ago means I have to subtract. So you write therefore Bijay's age 3 years ago will be equal to, ago means I have to subtract from to present age. If I subtract 3, I will get his age, which was 3 years ago, and Sushma's, as will be capital letter, Sushma's age 3 years after, or after 3 years, you write Sushma's age after 3 years. After 3 years, that means I have to plus, it will be, it was x plus 15 and I will plus 3, x plus 15 and I will plus 3. So it will be x plus 18. So this is her present, this was her age 3 years ago, and this was Bijay's age 3 years ago, and this will be Sushma's age after 3 years. So that means I will plus 3 and there I will minus 3, because it is said that ago means I have to subtract to go back. Okay, now it is given that so but in 3 more years she will be 8 times as old as Bijay. So Sushma will be, according to question, it is given that Sushma age after 3 years will be equals to 8 times as Bijay age 3 years ago. Sushma's age 3 years after will be equals to 8 times as Bijay's age 3 years ago. Okay, now I will solve this one. There it is x plus 18. and equals to 8 into x is 8x minus 8 3s are 24. Okay, let me rub. Okay, if I interchange it will be okay x minus 8x, and that side it will be minus 24 minus 18, it will be minus 7x, and that side it will be minus minus, it will be plus, it will be 8 9 and 12 42. So this side also minus, this side also minus, I can cancel. So x will be equals to 42 by 7, and we know 7 6 jar 42, so the value of x will be 6. So now you can find Vijay's present age is, therefore you write, therefore Vijay's present age is 6 years and Sushma's present age, Sushma's present age was x plus 15, x plus 15 years, that means 6 plus 15, 21 years. So this is the present age of Sushma. So Vijay's present age is 6 years and Sushma's present age, earlier we find that it is x plus 15. So with x, the value of x is 6, and with 6 I plus 15, and I got the answer 21. Okay, now question number 11, same, you try this one. Sorry, question number 12, you try same question like question number 11. Okay, now let's do question number 13. So it is given that the area is 3x centimeter square. So if the area is 3x centimeter square, you have to make an equation and find the value of x. So in right side one figure is given. (13a). You see the figure, it is, this side is 8 centimeter and length is given as x minus 5 centimeter. So I can write given length equals to, it will be x minus 5 centimeter and breadth equals to, it is given 8 centimeter. So now it is given in question, area is equals to, area is given as 3x centimeter square, 3x centimeter square. So we know area is equals to length into breadth. Length into breadth will be area equals to 3x. So what is the length here? It is x minus 5 and breadth is 8, which is equals to 3x. So now if I solve this one, it will be 8x, 8 into x is 8x minus 5 8s are 40 equals to 3x. If I solve this one, 8x, this one if I transpose the side, it will be minus 3x, and that side it is minus 40. If I change the side, it will be plus 40. So implies 8x minus 3x, 5x equals to 40, x equals to 5 8s are 40. So if I cancel, it will be 8. So value of x is 8. Now the question is to find the value of x. So here it is, the value of x is 8. Now 13b, if the perimeter is 40 centimeter, make an equation and find x. So perimeter we know it is 2 into length plus breadth. 2 into length plus breadth. Same way you write length breadth, it is given. In place of area you will write perimeter equals to, it is given 40 centimeter. So here you write perimeter equals to 40 centimeter, and then in place of length into breadth, perimeter we know 2 into length plus breadth. So here you will write 2 into length plus breadth equals to 40, and then you solve, you will find the value of x. So now see question number 14. It is given 4 into x minus 2 meters of a rope is used to fence the rectangular enclosure shown in the figure. Find x. So there is a figure. It is given 2 to 5, that means area. This is the area of this rectangular this figure, and this is the length, I think. Yes. So the question is that 4 into x minus 2 meter of rope. That means from here, if I start fencing, from first of all I gave this side, then I that side. So from here to here again if I come, then it requires 4 into x minus 2. That means it is the perimeter of this rectangle. From here I started giving fencing, and again after I came to this point, that means this is the perimeter of this rectangle. So to find the perimeter we need length and breadth. We know the formula of perimeter, it is 2 into length plus breadth, but here length is given as 25. So first of all we have to find the breadth, and how will you find the breadth? We will find from the area. We know the formula of area, it is length into breadth is equals to area. So from length into breadth we will find first of all breadth, and then we will put this value in the perimeter so that we can find. Okay, first of all you write given length equals to 25 meter and area is 225 centimeter square. So we know the formula of area, it is length into breadth equals to 225. So in place of length if I put 25, and in place of breadth let it be b equals to 225. So b equals to 225 by 25. So with 25 I can cancel. 25 4s are 100, 8s are 200, and 9s are, it will be 225. So the value of b is 9. So breadth also we got, therefore you write breadth equals to 9. Breadth is equals to 9. Sorry, it is meter, not centimeter. Meter square. So breadth is 9 meter. Okay, now we will use this length and breadth to find the value of x. So here the man started from fencing this side from that point, and again he came to here, and it requires 4 into x minus 2 meter of rope. That means this is the perimeter of this rectangular enclosure. So we will write therefore since you write, so this is the perimeter. Perimeter equals to given 4 into x minus 2. 4 into x minus 2 meter. So in place of perimeter, if you put 2 into length plus breadth, so what was our length? It was 25. So I am writing directly 25 plus, and breadth it is 9 equals to 4 into x minus 2. 25 plus 9. So okay, one thing we can do, we can cancel this 2. You see there are also 2 there. You can cancel this one. 2 1s are 2, and it will be 2 2s are 4. Both side it is multiplied. Or you can, after solving also you can write, or you can cancel, because you see it is 4 into x minus 2, and there are also 2 into 25 plus 9. So you can do directly also. There are 2 left and there are 1. So 1 into this one, it is same. So 25 plus 9 it will be 34, and that side it will be 2 into x minus 2. I wrote it directly. If you want, you can solve. After plus this one, you can multiply with 2. That side also you can multiply with 4, and then you can find out. So 34 and 2x minus 2 2s are 4. Okay. Now let me change the side. If I write this one 2x minus 4, simply I am interchanging both the side so that I can solve it easily. So 2x I will put it here, and there it will be 34 plus 4. 34 plus 4. So 2x will be equals to 38. X will be equals to 38 by 2. It is 2 19s are 38. So answer is 19. The value of x is 19. Okay. So this is the end of this question. So now we'll move to next question. It is question number 15. Madhu flower garden is now a square. So it is a square, and Madhu's flower garden is a square. So if she enlarges it by increasing the width 1 meter and length x meter, the area will be 19 square meter more than the present area. So what is the length of this side now? So first of all, this field was is a square. Then what he started increasing one time. First of all, he increased the length, then she increased the width. Now it became a rectangle. So the question is, it is given that first of all, if I find this area, and if I find later on, if I find this whole area, then what is the difference? It is given that the area will be 19 square meter more than the present area. So if this is the present area, then this one will be this present plus 19 more. Okay. So let me solve this one. So let this is a square, which was this Madhu's flower garden is a square. So let it be this one. Later on we will enlarge it. So write question number 15. So I will let this one that square. So all sides are same. Then they are also x, they are also x, they are also x. All sides are x. So let the side of the garden. You write solution. Let the side of the garden, in bracket you write square, equals to x, or b you write x, b x, and what is the unit? It is meter. So you write b x meter. So let the side of the garden, which is square, so let it be x. So square means that all sides are equal. This side also x, this side also x, this one is also x, this one is also x. So then given, so if the side is x, then area will be x square, side square. So we know the formula of a square, area of a square, it is side square. So side is x, that means side square, and unit will be meter squares, x square meter square. Okay, now you write, it is given that if she increase the length by 3 meter, so this is the length. If I increase it by 3 meter, so let me increase it by 3, that means x, new length will be x plus 3. I increase the length by 3 meter, that means the new length will be x plus 3. So now you write new length equals to x plus 3 meter and width by 1 meter, and this side she increased by only 1 meter. So this one will also be, this is the x, that means this whole one will be equals to x plus 1, and new width, you write width and breadth same thing, wi, width equals to x plus 1 meter, and new width equals to x plus 1. So first of all we will find the new area. So it is given that so after increasing the length and width, that area that we'll get, it will be 19 square meter more than the present. So I can write it as according to question, new area will be, it will be that means old area plus 19. So old which one? It was x square. So I will write x square plus 19. X square plus 19. New area it will be 19 square meter more than the old one. So old it was x square. So I can write it as x square plus 19. And new area, there we got length and breadth. So new length into new breadth. So new length is x plus 3 and new breadth is x plus 1. Area formula, it is length into breadth. So first of all I will write here new area I am finding, that means I will write the new length and new width equals to, and this side will be same, x square plus 19, x square plus 19. So now we will solve this one, x into x. So first of all I will multiply this whole one with x plus 1, and then plus 3 I will multiply with this one, it will be again x plus 1, and which is equals to x square plus 19, x square plus 19. So if I solve this one, it will be x into x, x square, x into 1 it will be x, plus 3 into x, 3x plus 3 equals to x square plus 19. So let me write this one, x square. If I transpose this one, this x square, it will be minus x square, and this 2 x plus 3x, it will be 4x, and again if I this numerical part, if I change this one plus 3, if I change to that side it will be minus 3. So first of all I wrote this one, and then I transpose this x square. If I change the side, it will be, it was plus x square, if I change the side it will be minus x square, then I plus this to term. See, variable is same x, they are also x, so plus plus it is plus, 3 plus 1 it will be 4x, and then I transpose this one plus 3 to that side, it will be minus 3. So plus minus it is minus, so I can cancel these two, they are left 4x, and there it will be 19 minus 3, it will be 16. Implies x will be equals to 16 by 4, which is equals to x equals to 4, 4s are 16, that means the value of x is 4. The value of x is 4, that means the side of the square is, side of the square garden, it is 4 meter. So you write, therefore the question is to what is the length of a side now. Therefore the equals to 4 meter. The length of the side equals to 4 meter. Okay. Now question number 16. The side other than hypotenuse of a right triangle are in ratio 3:4. A rectangle is described on its hypotenuse. The hypotenuse being the longest side of the rectangle, we know it is the longest side of a rectangle. The breadth of the rectangle is 4/5 of its length. So find the shortest side of the right triangle if the perimeter of the triangle is 180 centimeters. So let me draw the diagram so that you can understand it easily. You see, in that it is given, there is a figure, it is given that this is a right triangle and ratio is given 3:4. That means if I let it, I can write it as 3x and 4x. In question also it is given 3x and 4x. This is a right triangle and on that hypotenuse there a rectangle is described. So that means the hypotenuse of this triangle will be equals to the length of this rectangle. The length of this rectangle. So first of all we will find the hypotenuse. So you write, and then we will find the shortest side. This is the shortest side, 3x, it is 4x. So shortest side of this triangle, question is to find this side, shortest one. So simple, this 3x or 4x, which one will be short as this one? 3x, it is 3 times of x, and it is 4 times of x. So first of all you write, let the side of the rectangle be right triangle be, let the sides of the right triangle be 4x and 3x. Then if this is the side, then hypotenuse will be equals to we know that in case of right triangle, if this is a right triangle and if I name it as A, B and C, then the formula is to find this one, it will be BC square will be equals to, it means hypotenuse BC square will be equals to this one, AB square plus sum of the other two sides, it is AC square. That means I can write BC, if I remove this square, then I have to put their root sign, that means which is equals to AB square plus AC square. In case of a right triangle, if you want to find the hypotenuse, then hypotenuse square is equals to the sum of the other two sides, the sum of the square of the other two sides, that means AB square plus AC square. And if I remove this square sign, then in that side I have to put root, and then everything will be there. So same in this case, I will use this formula directly. I will put the root, and the sides are 4x and 3x, so I can write it as 3x square plus 4x square. This formula I used here. Okay, so 3 square is 9x square plus 4 square is 16x square. So 9 plus 15, it is 25x square, which I can write as 5x whole thing square. I can write 25, 5 square is 25 and square of x is x square. So this square and this root will be cancelled, that means the hypotenuse is 5x, and this 5x, this is the hypotenuse of the triangle, which is equal to the length of this rectangle, Now you write therefore, so length we got, so now we will find the breadth. So therefore we write hypotenuse is equals to directly you write therefore breadth, length of the rectangle will be length of the rectangle equals to, which is equals to the hypotenuse, so I can write it as directly 5x. So this is the length of the rectangle and unit will be meter, 5x meter. Okay, now I have to find the breadth. So it is said that the breadth of the rectangle is 4/5 of its length, that means 4/5 of 5x. Right, therefore breadth of the rectangle equals to 4/5 of the length is 5x. So this 5 and this 5 I can cancel, that means the length is 4 into x, it is 4x, 4 into x, it is 4x. Okay, now since what is given, the perimeter of the rectangle is 180 centimeter, 180 centimeter. Okay, sorry, then this one will be not meter, it will be centimeter. Okay, you write, no need to give the unit. So write, since perimeter of the rectangle is equals to 180, perimeter of the rectangle is equals to 180 centimeter, and we know the formula of perimeter, it is 2 into length plus breadth. So which one is length here? It is 5x, and breadth it is 4x. So 5x plus 4x equals to 180 centimeter. Okay, 5 plus 4 it is 9, 5 plus 4 it is 9, and 9 to 0, okay, let me write one line more. It is 9, 9x equals to 180. 9x equals to 180 implies, so 2 9s are, it is 18x equals to 180 implies x equals to 180 by 18. 18 10s are 180. That means the value of x is 10. The value of x is 10. So since we have got the value of x is 10, so I can find the length of the shortest side. It will be 3 into 10, that means 30. So you write therefore the shortest side of the triangle. Therefore shortest side of the right triangle, shortest side is 3x, that means 3 into 10, which is equals to 30 centimeter. The shortest side of the triangle is 30 centimeter. 30 centimeter. So shortest side of the triangle is 30 centimeter. Now question number 17. Two cars leave Delhi at the same time, traveling in opposite direction. If the average speed of one car is 5 km per hour more than that of the other, they are 425 km apart at the end of the 5 hour. Okay, so what is the average speed of each? So two cars are moving in the same at the same time, leaves at the same time and traveling in opposite direction. That means if one car moves in this direction, then the other car moves from the same point at the opposite direction, and the speed between these two cars is one is 5. Just simply if I write one as x, then other will be x plus 5. So it is moving 5 km per hour more speed than that one. If it is 20, then it will be 25. If it is 30, then this car it will move in 35. So that means 5 km. That's 5 km per hour difference is there in speed. And after some time they were 425 km. After some time they were 425 kilometer apart, 425 kilometer apart from one another. So time was 5 hours. So after 5 hours they were 425 kilometer apart. Okay, so let's solve to find out the average speed of each car. So I will let the average speed of two car, one I will let as first car, then second one I will let as second car. So let the average speed of first car be x speed, so kilometer per hour, and then you write then the average speed of second car will be it is 5 kilometer, it is moving in its speed which is 5 kilometer more 5 kilometer per hour. So speed of this one plus 5 and unit will be kilometer per hour. So second car is moving at a speed x plus 5 kilometer per hour. So we will find the total speed. Therefore total speed of both the car, it will be first one it was x and next one it was x plus 5, which is equals to twice x plus 5. Total speed is twice x plus 5. So leave no need to give the unit. So total speed is twice x plus 5 and time is given 5 hours. Since time is equals to 5 hours and distance traveled, distance is given as 425 kilometer. Distance is given 425. This is the time, this is the distance, and this is the total speed. So we know that distance is equal to speed into time. So we will use this formula. we know distance equals to speed into time. Distance equals to speed into time. Distance we know it is 425 kilometer, so we'll write 425. Speed we know it is 2x plus 5 and time is given as 5 hours. So in place of distance we put the value 425, in place of speed we put this one twice x plus 5 and time is given 5 hours. So in place of time we put that value. So now we will solve and find the value of x. So 425 will be here equals to 5 into 2, it is 10x and 5 5s are 25. So let me change the side. 10x plus 25 equals to 425. 10x equals to 425 minus 25 plus 25. If I change the side it will be minus 25. 10x equals to 400 implies x equals to 400 by 10. So which is equals to 40. 10 10 I cancelled and 40 left. So x is 40. So now we can find the average speed of fast car. Average speed of fast car it was x. So I will put 40 km per hour and average speed of second car it was 5 km per hour more. So I will write 40 plus 5, it will be 45 km per hour. So you write therefore average speed of fast car equals to therefore average speed of fast car equals to 40 km per hour and average speed of second car equals to 40 plus 5 km per hours, which will be equal to 45 km per hour. So these are the average speed of both the car. One is 40 km per hour, another one is 5 km per hour more, so it will be 45 km per hour. So now next question, question number 19. 19 and 20 both are same, so I will do question number 19. So listen carefully. So before discussing this question, there will be two new terms. One is upstream and another one is downstream. So first of all you understand what is upstream. So if in case of if there is a water body and the direction against the stream, stream is the flowing of water. If it is against the stream, then we say it is upstream, and if it is with the stream, then we say it is downstream. So to calculate upstream, we simply plow the speed of the boat in still water. What will be in the normal? If the there is no stream, then what will be the speed? That one plus the speed of the stream. In case of downstream, we plus both the speed of the still water and speed of the boat in still water and the speed of the stream we plus. In case of downstream, we plus both the speed, and in case of upstream, we simply subtract the speed of the water, speed of the boat in still water minus speed of the stream. We subtract. So in case of downstream, we plus the speed of the stream, and in case of upstream, we simply subtract. Okay, let me start the sum. You will understand it. Question number 19. So let me write. It is question is to an motor boat goes downstream in a river and covers the distance between two coastal towns in 5 hours. So there are two towns. Let it be two towns. A motor boat is going in this direction. First of all, moving in downstream. Downstream means with. So for example, in this direction water is also flowing, and the motor boat is also moving in this direction. So it takes 5 hours. Simply there is a speed of stream is also there and the speed of boat is also there. That means it will take less time. So it takes 5 hours. and when from the same point it came back, it take more time. It was 6 hours, I think. Yes, it was 6 hours. So when coming back, it took more time because it was moving against the stream. Okay. So first of all, we will write. The question is to find if the speed of the stream is given. So first of all, the question is to find the speed of the boat in still water. Okay. First we will let the speed of the boat in still water be x. Let the speed of the boat in still water be x speed. So we can write it as kilometer per hour. So speed of the boat is x kilometer per hour. X kilometer per hour. And given speed of the stream is given, the speed of stream is given 2 kilometer per hour, and this is the speed of the stream. So first of all, we will calculate the upstream and then we will calculate the distance for downstream. For upstream. So for upstream, you write, for upstream speed will be, I said for upstream what we'll do, we'll subtract. So x minus the speed of the stream, will subtract this one. I said earlier, in case of upstream we subtract the speed of stream, and in case of downstream we simply add this one. So speed will be, and unit will be kilometer per hour. Okay. And given this time is given for, you see, for upstream it is given 6 hours. Yes. So right, time equals to 6 hours. So therefore distance will be speed into time. Here speed is this one and time is this one. So simply I will write time into speed also I can write, and which will be equal to 6x minus 6 to the 12. 6x minus 12. And for downstream also we will calculate, and you write for downstream we will plus the speed of this stream also. So speed will be equal to x plus 2 kilometer per hour. Time it will take less, so it is given 5 hours. So here also we will find the distance. Therefore distance is equal to speed into time. Okay, it will be equal to 5x plus 10. 5x plus 10. You see one thing, the boat moved from one point and went to another coast. So first time it went in this direction, and second time it came again from this to that. That means the distance between these two coasts remains the same. The distance traveled while going this direction, distance is also same, and again while coming back also distance remains the same. So this is the distance for upstream and this is the distance for downstream. So we can write that both the distance are same. So you write, since both the distance are same, so I can write, let me rub this part. Since both the distance are same, so I can write distance of upstream will be equals to distance of downstream. Distance between these two coasts remains the same. So now I will solve this one. 6x, if I change this one, it will be minus 5x, and 10 plus 12. 6x minus 5x is x equals to 22. That means the value of x is 22. So I can write, therefore the speed of the boat in still water will be 22 km per hour. You write, therefore the speed of the boat in still water will be 22 km per hour. You write the full line. Therefore the speed of the boat in still water is 22 km per hour. Question number 20 you try same like 19. Okay, now question number 21. Ranjan's mother gave her rupees 245 to buy New Year cards. If she got 10 rupee, if she got some 10 rupee cards and the 2 by 3rd as many as 5 rupee cards and 1/5 as many as 15 rupee cards. So how many of each kind did she buy? So first of all we will let that total number of 10 rupee card be x. So since all of them are given in comparison to that 10 rupee card, so 55 rupee card is given 2/3 of 10 rupee card, then 15 rupee card is also given that 1/5 of 10 rupee card. So I will take the 10 rupee cards be x, and if I find the value of x, then I can find all the other the how many numbers of this cards were of each type. Okay, so we will write question number 21. Given for buying New Year's card, you write for BYING buying New Year cards. For buying New Year card, Ranjana's mother, sorry, RANJANAS, Ranjana's mother gave her rupees 245. So let the number of 10 rupee cards be x. Let the number of 10 rupee cards be x. Then the number of 15 rupee card will be then the number of 15 rupee cards will be 2/3 of 10 rupee cards, so 2/3 of x, and number of 5 rupee card, sorry, this is 5 rupee and this one is 15. So number of 15 rupee card is given as 1/5. So I will write 1/5 of x. So these are the number of cards. 10 rupee card is x, 5 rupee card is 2/3 by x, and 15 rupee card is 1/5 of x. So we can write that for 10 rupee cards, how many cards were there? X cards. That means it will cost her 10 into x. If there were 5 cards, then it will cost 10 into 5, 50. If there were 12 cards, then it will cost 12 into 10, it will 120. That means 10 into x plus, for 5 rupee cards, number of 5 rupee cards were 2/3 of x. That means I can write as 5 into 2/3 of x. These were the number of 5 rupee cards. That means cost for 5 rupee card was 5 into 2/3 of x. If the 5 rupee cards were 5, then it will be 5 into 5, 25. So we don't know what was the value. So but here we found that it is 2/3 of x. This is the number of 5 rupee card. That means if I multiply with this one with 5, I will get number of 5 rupee card. And that side it is 15 into, if I multiply it with 1/5 of x, which will be equals to 245. So this is the total amount. Again I am saying, if I say I have 10 rupee cards, if I have 7 10 rupee cards, that means how much amount I spent? 7 into 10, it is 70. If I had 3 5 rupee cards, that means how much amount I spent on 5 rupee cards? 3 into 5, it is 15. And if I had 15 rupee cards, 4, that means 15 into 4, it is 60. So same, she has x, number of cards is x, and she has she spent 10 rupee on each card. That means 10 into x. For each case I found this one. So if I write, it will be 10x plus 5 2s are 10 by 3x plus, and it is 15 3s are. So it will be 3x equals to 245. Now the rest part you solve, you find the value of x you put it in one by one. After finding the value of x, you write, you solve this one, you will find the, you take the LCM, 3 it will be the LCM, then there will be 30, there will be 10x, and there it will be 3 3s are 9x, which will be equal to 245. Then you remove, simply changes, and how we do normal this, how you solve. So normally you solve this one, and later on you will find the value of x. You write therefore the number of 10 rupee cards where, for example, if I got the value of x as 10, then here you will write 10, then again you write therefore number of 5 rupee card equal to 2/3 of, in place of x you will write again 10, you will cancel. If it goes cancellation you will do, if it doesn't go you will keep it. Then 15 rupee card again you will find. So in case, this case cancellation will go because there are number of cards and they will not be in fraction also. So you solve this one, you will find the value of x, and after finding you put it there, you find the number of 10 rupee card, 5 rupee cards and 15 rupee cards, you will get the answer. Okay, now question number 22. The enrollment in a school this year is 552. In a school this 552 were enrolled this year. This is an increase of 15% over the last year enrollment. So we will let the last year enrollment be x. And how much growth it was? It was 15%. That means 15% student increased this year. And how many were enrolled last year? So we have to find the how many students were enrolled last year. So I will write given enrollment this year is what was the number? It was 552. 552. Enrollment this year is 552. Let the last year enrollment be x. Let the last year enrollment be x. We don't know how many students were enrolled last year, so we let it as x. So according to question, okay, so here it is given that 15% increase. So if I find the 15%, what will be if I okay, if I let that 100% were there, 100% student were there last year, and if I increase 15, that means 100 plus 15, and what is the total? 100%. So how we calculate? It will be 115, and we are finding it for x. So 115 of x equal by 100. You see how I found this one? It is given that 15% increase. So if I let that the earlier increase, earlier enrollment was 100%. So it means 100% plus 15%. 15% increase this year, and out of 100 we are finding this one. So it will be 115 by x. 115 into x by 100. And what was this year enrollment? It is 552. So after increasing 15%, it became 552. So I can write it as 115x equals to 552 into 100. Leave it like this. You will find x. It will be 552 into 100 by 115. I can cancel this one with 520s are 100 and 523s are 115, and with 23 we can cancel 552. If we divide 552 we will get answer 23, I think 24, yes, 24 times. Okay, so 24 into 20, that means value of x is equals to 24 into 20. 0 will be there, and it is 2 2s are 4, and 2 4s are 8, that means 480. That means the earlier last year enrollment was 480. So you write therefore 480 students were enrolled last year. The last line you write therefore 480 students were enrolled last year. Question number 23. Question number 23. A fruit vendor buys some oranges at a rate of 5 per orange. He also buys an equal number of bananas at a rate of 2 rupees 2 per banana. It means the number of oranges were equal to number of bananas, but that the cost of oranges were little more. It was 5 per orange, and in case of banana it was 2. He makes 20% profit on orange and 15% profit on bananas. At the end of the day, all the fruits were sold out. After selling all the fruits, his total profit was 390 rupees 390. So you have to find the number of oranges purchased. So it will be little lengthy, so you be attentive. So I have to find the number of oranges. So I will write, let the number of oranges be x. Let the number of oranges be x. We don't know how many oranges were there. We will let it as x. So what will be the cost price? Cost price, you write it full form. Cost price of oranges will be cost price of oranges. So cost of one orange was x. That means cost price will be 5 into x. For one orange, the cost price of one orange was 5 rupees. That means if I multiply it with x, I don't know how many oranges were. If there were 10 oranges, then it will cost 50 rupees. If there are 100 oranges, then it will cost 500. So we don't know how many oranges are there. So simply we will write 5 into x, 5x. So since he buys the number of oranges were equal to number of bananas, so we will write since he buys equal number of bananas, you write since he equal number of banana, since he find equal number of bananas, therefore number of bananas will also be equals to x. The number of oranges and number of bananas were same, so I will write it as x. So here we will find the cost price of banana, therefore cost price of banana will be like earlier. Each cost 2 rupee, that means 2 into x, twice x. Okay, now we will find the profit. So first of all we will solve. In case of oranges, you write in case of oranges, profit was 20%. In case of oranges, profit was 20%. So if I find the SP, selling price, it will be, yes, you write SP will be equals to the cost price plus selling price will be cost price plus profit. So profit was 20%. So 20% of which one? 20% of CP, that means 20% of 5x, 20% of cost price. Selling price, it will be 5x plus 20% of cost price. Cost price was 5x. So if I take, for example, if I sell something, if I buy something with, for example, I brought a pen with 7 rupees and I sold it with 10 rupee. That means what was the profit here? 3 rupee. So it is also said that if we find the selling price, it will be, for selling price of this one, it will be, I brought it for 7 and I sold with a profit of 3 rupees, I sold it. That means it was 10. So here also same thing I wrote, selling price equal to 5x, this was the cost price and this was the profit, the amount. Okay, now we will solve this one. Okay, therefore SP will be equals to, implies SP equals to, SP will be equals to 5x and it was 20% of 5x. 20% means 20 by 100 and of 5x. So if I cancel it with 25s are 100 and this 5 I can cancel. That means in there 5x and that side x left, which is equals to 6x. This is the selling price, 6x. So from there we can find the profit. Profit how we can find? Selling price minus cost price. So you write profit equals to So this will be profit percent. You can make it correct. It will be just profit percent equal to 20%. So profit will be equals to SP minus CP. That means 6x minus 5x. Profit is x. Profit is x. So now we will solve this for oranges. Sorry, in case of bananas. In case of bananas, you write profit percent is given. Profit percent is given as 15%. Profit percent is given as 15%. So like earlier, first of all we will find SP. SP will be equals to it was twice x plus 15% of same like earlier 15% of 2x. So if I solve this one, it will be okay. Let me write it here. So SP will be 2x plus 15 by 100 percentage. That means 15 by 100 of 2x. If I cancel this one, it will be 2 50s are, and with 3 cancel, it is 5 3s are 15 and 5 10s are. That means answer is equals to twice x plus 3 into x, 3x by 10. And if I solve this one, it will be let me write it here. Okay, twice x, there is no space, so you write 2x plus, if I take the LCM will be 10 of these two terms. That means 2 into 20, it is 20x plus 3x, which is equals to 23x by 10. So for this we will find the profit. Therefore profit will be equals to, it is cost price minus selling price minus cost price. So selling price was 23x by 10 minus cost price, it was 2x. It was 2x. So I can write 23x minus, if I take the LCM will be 10, it will be 20x. That means which is equals to 3x by 10. 3x by 10. So now according to question, we can write, according to question, it will be, profit will be this one, and earlier we got it was x. Yes, that means according to question, this was the profit, this was the profit, x was the profit on oranges, and in case of bananas profit was 3x by 10, which is equals to 390 rupees. 390 rupees. So if I take the LCM will be 10. 10x plus 3x equals to, so you write 10x plus 3x will be equals to 390. 10x plus 3x is equals to 390. It is 13x by 10 equals to 390. That means 13x equals to 390 into 10. X will be equals to 390 into 10 by 13. So if I cancel it with 13, it will be 13, 3s are 39 and 0. That means 30 into 10 is 300. 30 into 10 is 300. That means the number of oranges were 300. That means the number of oranges were 300. So you write therefore the number of oranges, therefore the number of oranges equals to 300. Okay, the last question of this chapter, question number 27. 9 person went to a hotel for taking their meal. 8 of them spent rupees 12 each over their meals, and the 9th spent rupees 8 more than the average expenditure of all the 9. So what was the total money spent by them? So let me do the sum. Okay, so I will let what was the total expenditure. So first of all I will let the total expenditure be x. Let the total expenditure, you write full form, expenditure be x, you write rupees x, sorry, rupees x. Let the total expenditure be rupees x. Each have to pay how much? Then each have to pay, so each of them paid x by 9. This was their average. Each of them have to pay, total amount was x rupees, and each of them have to pay x by 9. But I can write, but the 9th spent, there were 9 people, 8 of them paid the how much amount, it was same for 8, but 9 paid 8 rupees more, so I will write plus 8, but the 9th paid 8 more, 8 more. You can write rupees here also, there also it will be rupees, x by 9 plus 8. Okay, so 9 paid this much, and the rest paid, and the rest 8 paid how much? Rupees 8 into this amount, it was x by 9, 8 into x by 9, rest of them paid 8 rupees, and this was their contribution, so 8 into this much amount. Oh, sorry, it is given that 8 of them spent 12 over their meals, so rupees 12, that means 8 into 12 it will be, not that one. So 8 of them paid 8 into 12, which is equals to 8 12s are 96. So 8 of them paid this much. So according to question, I can write that this one plus this one, this was the expenditure of 8 people, and this was the expenditure of 9, that means this one plus this one will be the total expenditure. So I can write 96 plus x by 9 plus 8 equals to 96 plus x by 9 plus 8 equals to the total expenditure, and total expenditure is x. So now you solve this one, you will find the value of x and you will get the total amount. What will get? X. This will be the total amount. You solve, simply solve this one, you will get the answer. So this is the end of this chapter. If you have any doubt or any queries, you can contact me, and if you want, you can collect my number from school office and you can contact me so that I can solve your problem. Thank you.